allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 888-210-5311 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Food for everyone. Food for everyone.
Breaking news at 4, former President Donald Trump stopping at a Cuban cafe in Miami shortly after pleading not guilty in the federal classified documents case. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm Pedro Rivera.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandra Mitchell. And today for Samantha Cortese, the 45th president is now the first in U.S. history ever charged with federal crimes.
And he'll probably have a lot more to say about the case when he speaks later tonight in New Jersey. Following all these developments all day long, our Chris Wolf, who is following the developments from our news center. Chris.
Pedro, Sandy, not guilty. Former President Donald Trump entered his plea in federal court today in response to charges he hoarded top secret government documents after leaving office and then tried to hide them from investigators. Donald Trump stops at a cafe in Miami to greet supporters and well-wishers a short time after appearing in federal court to answer charges he mishandled sensitive national security secrets, classified documents, and then tried to block investigators from collecting them at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida.
Food for everyone. Food for everyone. I think it's going great. I think it's a rigged deal here. We have a rigged country. We have a country that's corrupt. We have a country that's got no borders. We have a country that's got nothing but problems. We're a nation in decline. And then they do this stuff. And you see where the people are. We love the people.
Cameras are not allowed in federal court. Witnesses say the former president was somber and quiet before the judge, often slumped, never uttering a word, speaking only through attorneys, the complete opposite of his public persona. Special counsel Jack Smith was present, the first time the two rivals stood in the same room. The defense team entered a plea of not guilty in response to 37 felony counts, accusing Donald Trump of holding classified records that could have threatened national security if exposed. Trump then signed conditions of his release, no direct contact with witnesses in the case, only through his attorneys and the legal process. As the proceedings unfolded upstairs, as expected, supporters and opponents of the former commander-in-chief lined the streets outside the courthouse. Shouting, waving various banners and flags, they remained peaceful. Trump calls the case a political witch hunt.
This is Donald Trump, and he is going to come guns a-blazing with a very strong vocal defense. He is a defendant in a criminal case looking at, if convicted, spending years in prison.
Donald Trump says he won't let this challenge slow his run for the White House. He says it's only boosting his numbers in the polls. A U.S. Marshal Service spokesperson says the former commander-in-chief was booked and fingerprinted in court today. No mugshot was taken, though, because the Marshal Service says there is ample imagery of Donald Trump already in the public domain. Live in the News Center, I'm Chris Wolf. Back to you.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Ample imagery there. Thank you. Stay with KTLA 5 for continuing coverage of the arraignment of former President Donald Trump. We'll have a live report from Miami, Florida, ahead at 4:30. For the latest anytime, you can go to KTLA.com or download.
DA's office. Curran is said to be facing a total of 10 charges. He is the latest politician caught up in this scandal. Earlier this year, council member Mark Ridley Thomas was found guilty of conspiracy, bribery, and fraud. And then remember last year, City Council President Nuri Martinez resigned after that recording containing racist remarks was leaked to the public. Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo also caught up in a scandal, but they refused to resign. All right, new at 4 now, a $25,000 reward offered in a hit-and-run case that left a pedestrian critically injured.
LAPD says the driver sped through a red light and hit a man in a crosswalk at Central and Vernon Avenues early Saturday morning. Let's get out to KTLA's Rachel Menitoff joining us live from downtown LA, where police are hoping